everybody, Jamie Lee here from BirdTricks, and I'm here with my Congo African Grey Cressy, and I wanted to talk to you today about my gram scale. Now, a lot of you have seen me use my gram scale. You know that if you follow me on YouTube, you do know that I weigh my birds every single morning, as much as I can. Even on the road, we try to make sure that we're constantly weighing our birds. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is that we always weigh parrots in grams, and that is so that we can catch minor weight fluctuations, whether that's up or down. The other thing is that if you're weighing in pounds, you're really not going to see those little nuances that will alert you that something is wrong. Especially when you're doing anything that involves a diet conversion, or if you're just training and want to know what time of day is more likely to get a better result from your bird. This is a great tool to use and something every parrot owner should have just for the health and benefit of their bird and keeping them safe. Birds are incredibly skilled at hiding illness from us, and so sometimes tracking weight is literally the only tool we have in defense of being able to figure out when our bird doesn't feel well. The main thing you want to be aware of when you do use a scale is that you're weighing at the exact same time every day. Now, this doesn't have to be 9:05 exactly, but try to weigh in the morning before your bird's first meal. So for example, your bird should be getting 12 hours of sleep at night. You tangled in my hair. And when it wakes up in the morning, before you give it that very first meal of the day, make sure that you take your bird out and you get an accurate weight. This is because we want to know what your bird's weight is after that 12 hours of sleep with no food, that empty weight. That is really going to be what the vet wants to know, and it's going to tell you your bird's body mass and everything else. So get that morning weight before a meal. That's going to do the best for you. I've actually gone so far as to see how much my birds weigh before and after meals, just to know if they fill up more on our fresh food, which is our seasonal feeding system that's comprised mostly of vegetables, versus our pellets. I like to know those things and what kind of foods beef up my birds' weight a little bit more, or maybe leave them with a little more to give. So in the morning when I give them their fresh food, some of my birds I can actually train after they've had breakfast, while other ones I definitely need to do it before, Cressy included. Now, in the past, Dave and I have always used a travel journal and a weight log to be able to track all of our birds' weights, especially when we're traveling, especially when we're going to new places. Maybe the diet has to change and we can't bring our fresh food and they're only on pellets, or we're on a free flight trip so they're getting a lot more exercise than normal, or they're actually just on time off in an aviary most of the time and they're not getting as much activity levels are up there. We like to make sure that we know what our birds' weights are doing all the time. Even hormones can affect weight and make your bird's weight fluctuate. So we have developed this journal that we take around with us. Now, it's not the prettiest thing. I'll show you some pages that aren't filled in, and it literally has lots of pages for us to be able to categorize all of our birds and track their weights via lots of days. Now, I figured from all the requests I've gotten via email, comments, social media, and my clients being there in person seeing me use our weight journal, you guys asked for your own. And so I did design some that are much prettier, that are free PDF downloads on my website. And the designer that I hired chose to use Comet in these, which I was really excited about. If you don't want a bird on your page, we do have this one that doesn't include a bird, but otherwise Comet is our theme. So if you want to get these free downloads, again, they're available on the website. I'll leave a link in the description. But this is a way for you to track your bird's weight in any form that you want. So you simply put the bird's name, the date, the time of day you weighed your bird, what your bird actually weighed, and then any notes that you want to include. Maybe it was a travel day, maybe a bird sitter was taking care of your bird and you want to make note of that. Maybe they ate a different diet than usual, or you were trying something new, or maybe you were training and you want to add that that was a great time of day to work with your bird. And Cressy is looking in the sink for something good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you how easy this scale is to use while Cressy gets into my baby wipes. Do you actually want to help me show them how easy it is to use? So you're simply gonna push the on button. It's going to count down from 9 and get to a 0, and once it has the 0 up there, which it does now, you can place your bird on top and you'll get an accurate read. It'll be green and it shouldn't fluctuate too much. So I'm going to get a close-up of this so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. And normally my bird, Cressy's offering behaviors, I'll ask for a wave or something that will keep the bird there for a little bit longer so I can write down that weight. She's offering a spin. Cressy, so that I can write down that weight and get it, and then I just ask the bird to come right off. Now, if your bird is scared of the scale, there's lots of training you can do to get it over it. Somebody wants a training session. Gram scales are such an important tool for the everyday parrot owner. I want to make sure that this is done in a positive way where your bird starts to associate going onto the scale as in a means to get its favorite treat. Now you can see with Cressy that my birds are very accustomed to going on the scale. It always means that I'm going to either ask them a behavior like to wave or turn around in the circle so I can have a little bit more time to get a good accurate read on that scale and write it down. But also that they know that every time they go there, they do get a treat. Every time they come off, they do get a treat. Now that treat varies. So keep in mind that if your bird is really scared of the scale, you can use target or touch training to desensitize your bird to get it over the fear. And also use the combination of treats. So keep in mind if you need to use a very high value treat, like a big reward or jackpot reward, go ahead and do that initially. And you can even give your bird a treat while it's on the scale so that while it's consuming the treat, you can get a more accurate read. If a bird is shifting its weight, going back and forth, or moving around quite a bit, you may have a little bit of trouble getting an accurate read on that scale because it's going to fluctuate so easily. So just keep that in mind, and happy scaling, happy weighing. Have fun using your scale.